I'm here today to talk to you about the MTV VMAs 2022. A lot of symbolism, a lot of stuff going on. Let's break it down. So, did y'all watch? I did not watch the full show through and through just because I don't have cable. I do not watch TV like that, and I wasn't about to sign up for it through Hulu, and I didn't even feel like giving MTV my email and whatever else to watch it on my phone. That was kind of corny too. So I watched the pre-show live on YouTube, and then once the show started, I watched the videos of the performances of people who I wanted to watch. Shout out to MTV for making the live show, or making the pre-show available live on YouTube, and shout out to them for uploading performances right after they were done, because they were back to back with performances. So thank you, MTV. And I honestly don't mind the way I watch certain things, because a lot of the artists I didn't even know. Again, I don't watch TV like that. So I didn't know a lot of the people there. I was only interested this year because NICKI was getting the Vanguard. Congratulations to her. And, she was performing, so I wanted to see Nick. But other than that, I'm not interested in a lot of these people. And when the acts that I did watch, who I had heard of, or who are popular now, but I don't know, or again, I just heard of them, but I've never heard them, I watched, and I was really disappointed with a lot of it. Let me pull out my phone, because there were so many just acts there. But it wasn't a bad show overall. It typically runs smoother than the BET Awards, and that's just because BET is your typical. That honestly, the BET runs pretty shitty on purpose. The execs at Viacom, I truly believe that they won't allow BET to be great, because allowing them to be, just subpar just fits the stereotype that black-owned things are just not as good as white-run or white-owned things. I believe that to my core, no lie. Anywho, I did want to get on the award show. So I guess I could start with the pre-awards. I really enjoyed, Saucy Santana, he did a great job with his booty performance. Amazing choreography. And he looked like he was really there to hustle and work. And he really did his thing. His dancers did their thing. They were on point. They did their thing. So shout out to Santana for doing that. And having a great performance. He worked hard. Santana, and this is why I need the girls in the game, the girls in the rap game, to step it up. Because Santana should not be outperforming you. And that, the people who feel a certain way about that, you know who you are. His two friends who were in a girl group. Hint, hint. So they need to step it up. The other one who has a degree from USC, with the icy chain, or should I say Ashy Miracle, the copper chain, step it up, because Santana did what he needed to do. So, shout out to Santana, but, of course there was symbolism everywhere, and not just with him. I knew this is the MTV Awards. This is an award show on TV, period. You know what time it is. It's going to be symbolism down. The two dancers that he had on his stage who were in those all black outfits, and the face was kind of like a ski mask. That reminded me of the American Horror Story outfit, the outfit where that thing is in all black. And I think what that thing represents is a demon. Just like aliens really aren't aliens, they're demons, no lie. All of that, alien from so-and-so, little green man with big eyes. Those are demons. Those are not aliens. There's no such thing as an alien. There's extra-dimensional or extraterrestrial beings. But many of them are demons. Some of them are angels, but those alien looking things, those are not angels, period. Those are, again, they've been deemed as aliens, but they're really just demons. They're never going to call them, what the fuck did the word alien even come from? They're never going to call them demons, because this is all a part of a plot to make you accept, quote unquote, aliens as your creator, but that's something entirely different. But I'm just noticing, you know, with the outfits, I'm just like, now why would those dancers in pitch all black? Like, that just was strange. And but good job to Santana. And then, you know, Lotto showed up. She did like her little Burger King thing and her little Burger King ad, and I saw her on the red carpet pre-show. She kind of gives me that same vibe as Saweetie, where they just seem like they're trying too hard to be urban or hip. You know, they talk in African American vernacular or ebonics. You know, everything they say sound like Twitter. You know, oh, it's giving this, and girl, don't play with me. I'm just like, Lotto, spare me. How about that? Don't play with you. I won't play with you if you'll spare me. I wasn't really feeling that. You know, her makeup looked nice, and her Burger King performance was really nice. But I noticed she's doing the same thing as Beyonce, and I'm just gonna be completely frank. I don't give a damn. Like, this is my podcast, as I remind people, because I know people want to get jiggy when you talk about their fave. You know, she does that same little light-skinned thing that Beyonce does, where they'll be the only light-skinned person, you know, the star of the show, and then all of their dancers and all of their background people will be brown skin and darker. And you know, it's just like, that is done by strategy, because you can't make me believe, and it's really bad with Lotto. And at Beyonce's, now Beyonce really played it when she did that Black is King, and when she did that Oscar performance. Those are two times that come to mind recently when talking about Beyonce and her performances, because, you know, I have noticed she'll do that. She'll be the only light skin, and then there'll be all these brown people dancing alongside of her, and it's just like, you can't find any light skinned dancers. And I'm not saying that you and your dancers have to match and blend in, but I just feel like there is some strategy. This is the show business. You know, even with Beyonce and the group Destiny's Child being the only light one, and then having the blonde to try to separate herself and set herself apart. Because we all know that group, you know, that's why it was called Destiny's Child and not Destiny's Children, because it was really all about B. And that's okay for her and her family, I guess. But when it comes to Lotto, she's doing that same strategy with being the only light one in the middle or in the center, and then a bunch of darker girls dancing around her, which is just perpetuating colorism on a subliminal level. You know, when you become awake to it, you wake up to it and you see it. But when you're still sleeping, you know, it'll just slide right by you, because it's meant to permeate your subconscious mind. Just 100% facts. But, you know, she did her thing. I'm not going down to Burger King any faster than I was before, but she did a great performance, and the makeup looked good, and, you know, her lyrics aren't all bad, but I just don't support her like that, because I feel like she's made it pretty clear how she kind of feels about darker skinned people. Especially like a lot of these girls who have colorism mindsets. They feel a particular way about dark skinned women. But moving on, I'm gonna get on Young Gravy. No symbolism that I can recall, but, you know, let's talk on Twitter and tell me what some things that you saw, if you saw symbolism from Lotto's performance. But Young Gravy, I had no idea who this kid was. Never heard of him or seen him in my life. And I just thought it was such a minstrel show. I do not like this guy. I do not want to see him again. I do not want him to be successful, and I have no shame. Some of these people need to be hated on, because we can't love everybody, because some people shouldn't make it, and that just is what it is. And Young Gravy is one of those people. He makes music, and his aesthetic appeals to suburban white kids and frat boys, and, you know, there's a lane for everyone, but I just really hate how he's a caricature, and just, again, very minstrel show. A bunch of black women singing in the back as this skinny white boy, you know, steals the swag and dances around and just want to be a white pimp. I just can't stand it. And any, you know, white man down to the country club that's really, you know, golfing and that's really got it looks down on that shit, because that is pathetic. Young Gravy, you are another fucking wannabe, and I'm not here for you. You a wannabe, you whack, your music whack, you need to do something with that goddamn Swiffer sleeper duster that you call hair. I'm not feeling you, and I have no problem roasting your wannabe black ass. I'm not fucking with you, Young Gravy, Young Shady. Fuck you. And then Dove Cameron. Now, let me get on her. I do not know this girl. This is another artist. Her and Young Gravy are people I do not know. Lotto and Santana, I know. I do not know who Dove Cameron is, but I'm not here for that boyfriend song, because once again, talking about the subliminals and a lot of the programming, this entire award show was definitely to push agendas, like they all are. They're here to push agendas and programming, because why is a girl talking to another girl about how she can be a better boyfriend than an actual boy or actual man? I'm not here for it. It's causing gender confusion. It's causing indoctrination into certain lifestyles and mindsets. And that's what the entire show was about, because the entire show was a bunch of boys in makeup and in dresses and a bunch of gender fluidity, and that is being done to mind fuck people. And the truth is, here's the real truth, because this kind of connects, or completely connects back to what I just told y'all about aliens and demons, pretty much. Aliens / demons, because aliens are demons. That's really their real name. This is not about LGBT. This is not. This is about indoctrinating people, because if we can get you to cut your peen off and we can get you to dress a certain way, like this is just the first step in the indoctrination. This is about eliminating human beings and getting human beings okay with being so fluid and so disillusioned about who they are and what they are, that they will be perfectly fine accepting and believing that demons created them, and that the things coming down from UFOs are gods that can really do something for them, or that want to do something for them. Y'all better watch American Horror Story season 10 once again, because there's nothing on TV that I can recall that is as accurate as that show, that displays how much extraterrestrials or demons don't give a damn about humans, actually don't even really like humans, but they just use humans like they are nails, bolts, nuts, and wrenches and screwdrivers, aka tools, to get what they want. And when they finally get what they want, or when they're anywhere close to getting what they want, all humans will be kicked off the fucking UFO like Pam, or kicked out of whatever cloning or cryogenic facility like Pam, because the truth of the matter is, these demons have no intention on taking human beings wherever the fuck they want to go, or in whatever plan that they have. Humans are just tools and stepping stones to get them there. But once they get there, humans will be discarded like the used toilet paper that these demons see us as. And that is the truth. So just think about that. And that's why I really hate all of this, because look, the thing is, the gender fluidity movement is just a movement for transhumanism. It's the first step into getting you okay with merging into a fucking robot or AI, which is what we saw nonstop. And I told y'all that Web3 and that metaverse shit was nothing but the mark of the beast. I told y'all that, or that it's going to be used to issue in the mark of the beast. And I know, and we're going to talk about effing Mika soon in another episode, but you know, that shit is all tied together. Y'all gotta wake up. It's really sick. So, Miss Dove Cameron, I'm not here for you telling girls that you can be a better boyfriend than an actual fucking boy with a peen. Sit your ass down. With Jack Harlow, and I'm gonna drag him, and I'm gonna drag a lot of people, because Jack Harlow and Lotto, and a bunch of other people, Saweetie, Moneybag Ho, yeah, a lot of y'all, I'm sick of y'all sampling old music. And even my grandfather used to have a problem with my mother's generation because he said, all y'all do is sample old music. And this is something that Brother Sanchez was talking about. If you guys are not familiar, please go on YouTube and look up Brother Sanchez, Bro Sanchez. He is amazing. And he was talking about the reason why generations have to always borrow from past generations is because there's a lot of pollution going on. It's a lot of dilution going on in the music. The music gets worse and worse each generation, so they have to keep, and it's less and less real instruments, less and less real talent, less and less real producers, less and less real composition, less real writing, less good writing, less real singing, less good singing. It's just a lack of talent. And so you have to keep borrowing from Whitney and Michael and all the other giant, amazing acts, the Teddy Pendergrasses, the Shy Lights, the Betty Wrights, the Nina Simones, who's been sampled by rappers 1,000,001 times. We have to keep the Ray Charleses, who else? There's somebody, the James Browns. We have to keep Rick James and many, many others, amazing artists. We have to keep borrowing from the Tina Maries and the people before us because their shit was more pure than ours. And this goes back to Jay-Z. Some people don't know a brick from a bite. They keep buying hard white. And this is a lot of hard white on stage. And so they keep having we can make crack, but let me take a little bit of the pure coke from about 50 years ago and that should maybe set it even. No, bitch, you still working with some hard white. Your work ain't selling and you ain't pushing it good enough. So that's just what it is. And we not getting high enough, bitch. So that's how I feel about the music industry right now. The hits aren't hitting. They just hit like the back of the fucking bus. Like, these hits ain't shit. Jack Harlow, you ain't shit. With all the glamour magic you done goddamn done to look as half as good as you do. And, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of imposters. Jack Harlow, you couldn't even carry that goddamn performance by yourself. You had to call Fergie up there, to a person who could really sing, to carry the rest of that half-ass shit that you put out. Jack Harlow, you are another culture vulture. You are another imposter. You didn't even know who the fuck Brandy was. You sitting on this stage, shucking and jiving, and I'm gonna have to look at Drake, who's helping to indoctrinate you into the music industry. These are a bunch of Jewish people who are stealing black culture. And this is another thing when Jay-Z was talking about with the game being colonized. But the T is, it's people like him, the boule niggas, who want to talk about the game being colonized and how the white man taking over everything. That's nothing but a talking point to continue to mind control and manipulate black people who don't have any power. Because people like Russell Simmons, Kevin Liles, Jay-Z, and many, many other black execs, L.A. Reid, and again, many, many other black execs who have been instrumental in handing over the game to non-black people. And it started with them being in the executive role, and now they're getting more comfortable pushing their acts, doing our music. This is how black people lost control of country. This is how we lost control of blues and jazz and R&B and many other forms of music and rock and roll that we used to fucking run, that we used to be the faces of. We are watching the colonization of rap music. And in a few years, it won't be people performing this shit, period. It'll be a bunch of fucking AIs and bots, like it really already is. Let's talk about that. Because there's a lot of people who already cloned down to the ground, aka Kodak Black, Gucci Mane. I definitely believe that Kendrick Lamar, if he not a fucking clone, that was definitely a hologram or a holograph at that goddamn show where he disappeared. We already know Biyaki cloned. Y'all don't want to admit it. Y'all don't want to talk about it. But that's why this woman don't talk no goddamn more, because that's a fucking clone. We already watching clones and bots and holographs perform and do tricks and giggles in front of our fucking face. But you think that it's gonna fucking get better? No, we're going to go from watching clones and bots to, just like they showed us in Black Mirror, watching fucking holographs go from city to city, stage to stage, performing for people. It's too sick. And we're going to definitely talk about the metaverse and all of that and all of these bots and AIs. The game is already full of bots and AIs and clones. And I know a lot of y'all think I'm crazy, but you can think whatever the fuck you want to think. This is my shit. You listening to my shit. I'm trying to put you on game. We are already watching clones and bots and demons and everything else who hop into human skin and perform. That's exactly what happened on the Chloe Bailey Have Mercy video. That wasn't Chloe. Just like it don't be Beyonce. That's why she'll tell you it's Sasha Fierce, because it's not fucking her. That's a demon that she has called up and done a particular ritual for, something that involves blood or sex magic. You already know the kind of podcast this is. I have plenty of episodes talking to y'all about blood and sex magic and MK Ultra Beta Sex Kittens. If you listening, and if this is your first time listening, welcome. But if you're a little bit lost on what I'm talking about, please go refer to old episodes. I've been doing this for a while, and I've been studying for a while. We have already watched people in our face who tell us, oh, something just takes over me, and I blah blah blah, and I do this and that, and it just takes over me, and it's all this great stuff. Yeah, because you let somebody touch you up the butt to open up a portal in your body to allow a demon to come in, or you went to this is what happens. These people go to these, orgy parties, these little industry after parties. They take adrenochrome along with many other hard fucking drugs. They let a bunch of people touch them up the butt and poke them in every fucking hole that they have, and then that opens them up to let a demon enter their body. And then once the demon takes over, the demon gives them all these creative ideas, or the demon just acts out in their skin. And thus they come up with all these amazing songs, or they come up with all of this creativity, because there's another dimensional being inside of them, and they perform, because it's really just a demon, another energy. That's how they, have the energy to do some of these performances and have the energy to do some of this stuff, because it's not them. It's another dimensional being that's more powerful than them, that's acting as them and acting through them and allowing them to do things that a human truly cannot do. And then once the demon has, wrecked their fucking body and wrecked their mind, they hop out of them and hop into the next vulnerable, desperate, hard up for a number one ass vessel. And I'm here today to just air it out, because I'm really tired of talking in tongues. No, I'm telling you what it is. If they want to get me off of YouTube or whatever, because this is what's going on. Jack Harlow, I'm not here for you. That song First Class or whatever it's called, it's not hitting on shit, and no amount of pretty black girls in your video can make that trash a hit record. You need to be you. But see, he's here to do an agenda. Let me see who else performed. I'm glad that Harry Styles got Album of the Year. He's very talented. He can sing. They're definitely trying to make him the new David Bowie. And this is what I'm talking about. And this is what other people are talking about when they talk about characters. These people play characters. For each generation, they have to indoctrinate each generation into the same type of thinking. And this is why you'll hear artists saying, oh, they're trying to make another me. They're trying to make another me. Because you're just a character. And just how they can redraw Mickey Mouse and how they reintroduce, literal characters, how each generation of children are introduced to Disney princesses and introduced to Minnie and Mickey Mouse and introduced to SpongeBob and introduced to The Simpsons. Those are characters who indoctrinate each generation. Just like there are musicians and actors who represent something, and thus they are characters, and when they get old or they die or they tap out, they get replaced, because these entities have to continue to indoctrinate new generations and new people. They have to continue to program new people. That's why and it keeps people fighting for the same things and talking about the same things. It keeps mindsets and beliefs and society very stagnant, because it's going in a loop. Each generation needs a new R&B singer, a new top rapper, a new this, a new that. That's why there's so little creativity. And people always complain about lack of originality, lack of creativity, because as I've learned from Unplug 'em, a guy on YouTube, and just through my own observations, these demonic entities and these satanic entities and Satan worshipers and devil himself are not creative. God is the creator. That's why the devil goes after artists, because people who truly have talent, those are God-given talents. Those are God-given skills. They get the creativity from a higher power. And that's why people who are creative, they're like, I don't know where it comes from. I just am creative. God is a creator. He created us, he created the world. But the devil is not. He's an imitator, which is why he will take those talents and pervert them and use them to push his agendas. He's not talented on his own. He can only manipulate, destroy, and imitate, and use godly talents and manipulate them for his own will and his own agenda. And that's what's going on here. And that's why artists are particularly targeted by demonic entities and Satan energies. They are targeted because artists are typically vulnerable. The world is set up in a way that does not uplift the artist to create the conditions for the artist, no matter what medium they're working in, to be vulnerable and to feel unwanted, to feel unappreciated, to feel like they're not valuable. And then you create like crabs in a barrel. You put something or someone in a nasty environment on purpose to break them down psychologically and emotionally. And so then when you come up to them with a can of tuna that's expired and you're like, well, you haven't eaten in days, or blah blah blah, that person is more willing to bite. And that's how it works with artists and record contracts, and with the music industry and the entertainment industry, fashion industry. They break artists down. They created the society, a beast system is created to down artists. We all know artists, how do we make money from art? How do we do it? You typically have to go the satanic route, because the beast system is set up in a way that really doesn't, where many artists can't thrive. And so the very few who do and who go all the way and who believe in their art, they all have to sell out, because the system is designed that way. If they want to reach a certain level of fame and money. It's very sick. It's very sad, but this is what's going on. Let's see. What else is popping? Flo Milli showed up. I didn't watch Lizzo. I'm not a fan of her. Flo Milli did her thing. I'm kind of over Flo Milli. I think she's got some talented bars. I think she'd be better as a writer. I'm not really here for her voice. She's definitely, her and Coi Leray, among many others, are here to push children into Satanism. Coi Leray, her role is to definitely push gender fluidity and a lot of pedophilia, because sounding like a child, looking like a child, but talking about very explicit things and being all tatted up and scantily clad. This is definitely a part of an agenda. Flo Milli, she's got some flow, she's got some bars, but I hate the childish voice, the childish beats, the childish looks. It is done on purpose to subliminally indoctrinate people into pedophilia, and then to accepting it and being okay with it. It is meant to blur the lines, and I don't like that. But she did her little thing. She's another one who had to sample Missy Elliott to make that song Bedtime. Missy Elliott is actually creative and gifted. Flo Milli, you, Jack Harlow, Sweetie, and who else did I? Lotto, all of y'all. Megan too. All y'all asses need to go back to the drawing board. But here's the tea. They can't. And what's the real point of them putting in real effort at this point when they're going to get their Illuminati check anyway, because they've signed that dotted line? And the labels don't give a goddamn about how talented they are. The labels are here to turn a profit, and the labels don't want these people anyway. The labels sign them to push agendas. It's not about music or talent. It's about pushing agendas. And the labels don't even want humans no more. They have blatantly showed us that they want everybody to be a fucking AI so that they can have complete control. And that is what the show Westworld on HBO talks about. Is the rich people, aka the demons, the ones at the top, they are made, or the bloodline families who have made pacts with these demons, they are put in position They want to be put in position of ultimate power, and that will happen when they have a one world government and everything is digital, hence the damn metaverse, because that will give them the ability to control absolutely everything. When they can easily just press the power button or write your ass off the fucking algorithm or whatever else. They want complete control. And that is why real talent and real music doesn't matter anymore, because it's all about indoctrination, programming, and control. We wonder why originality and creativity are out the fucking door, because it's all about capitalism and control. And it's very sick. It's very sick. I'm sick of the borrowing from the past. I am playing the Eminem and Snoop Dogg song From the D to the LBC. It's actually a pretty lit song. They're coming with bars and talent. But even when it comes to the performance, first of all, the entire song is nothing but as someone else described, an ad. The song From the D to the LBC is an ad for, what is that? The Bored Ape Yacht Club, which is nothing but a money laundering NFT company. Like all NFTs, like all of this metaverse shit, it's all about corruption and money laundering and control. In their performance, Snoop had this gigantic joint. And that's what I've also noticed. A lot of these new rappers are weed has always been promoted. Snoop Dogg has always promoted weed. But lately I'm just like, God damn, I've seen so many rappers with, just weed plants everywhere. I don't know. Maybe I'm only 25. Maybe I'm young and, inexperienced myself with all of this weed, pushing all this weed. But these giant joints, I'm just like, Lord help. And I'm really not here for it, because we all know that weed these days is being cut with fentanyl. And that the government has definitely pushed a lot of GMO weed, and the government there's definitely, again, a government operation on weed in itself. But Snoop Dogg smokes this giant joint, and next thing you know, Eminem falls asleep. And then we see the spiral symbolism, and then when he wakes up, they wake up, and him and did we never see Snoop? I don't think we see him going to sleep. But all I know is Eminem dozes off and he wakes up in a dream-like sequence or in the metaverse with him and Snoop Dogg as AIs. And they perform. And they eventually turn into those Bored Ape yacht NFTs. But again, in like a virtual setting, in like a metaverse, Web3 setting. And then Snoop Dogg, it has cheetah print on, which is just beta sex kitten symbolism. And, and there's a lot of like chains on Eminem. He's like this big Cuban link chain on. And, with hip hop and music industry, when you see these artists in chains, it's really talking about chains, slavery, no freedom, being a fucking product of somebody else's plantation. That's what's really going on. But it's done with diamonds and gold to try to glamorize it and to trick you into wanting to sign up to be a goddamn slave. Period. But again, this is all money laundering. Eminem and Snoop Dogg got paid a lot of money to be in the goddamn metaverse and to represent themselves as AIs. But it's all a part of the plan to indoctrinate the youth and push this stuff to the youth and to make them believe that this is perfectly fine to go be an AI, to go live in the metaverse and all this other shit. It is nothing but a freaking scam. So that is sad. I'm not here for that. And then who else? Red Hot Chili Peppers performed. Great performers. Love their music. They're just highly satanic. They are. I love Red Hot Chili Peppers, but it took me getting older to realize how much Satanism and that they had in their group, and that they had in their music and their imagery. And even with the Foo Fighters, I hate how they've just completely sold out to the cabal. Who else? But they did a good job. They had real instruments. Shout out to the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Then we have J Balvin, who performed Nivel de Perio. I hated that cheesy ass shit with two AIs, or whatever they are, AIs, shaking ass, because that's the new thing. Damn near every performance tonight had had holographs, you know, in like the air, in the sky. And it was just, again, they're pushing this award show. The people who make the Oculus or the Oculus, people who make the eye goggles that go over your head, the virtual reality headsets, the Mark Zuckerberg and everybody else who's pushing the metaverse, they must not be getting people to sign up fast enough, because they are pushing it hard. MTV clearly got a check to push all of this bullshit. You know, it is sick. The girls that they had dancing on stage, that J Balvin and Ryan Castro had dancing on stage, they were dressed up in fucking, you know, robot attire, you know, scantily clad robot attire with damn near, you know, they look like bot chicks with thongs on and face covered and doing all these sexual twerking, and then two big booty AIs shaking ass. Everybody thought it was Nicki Minaj, but it wasn't. I'm just like, just because they got butts and twerking does not mean it's Nicki. That's just sick. But two big booty AIs shaking ass, simulating riding peen, you know, it was too sick. Too goddamn sick. And I was like, children should not be watching this. This award show should have a parental advisory and a rating. This show should be rated NC-17. This show is so goddamn sexual and so explicit and so raunchy and just so stank. Like, J Balvin, you need your ass whooped for having that dirty stank shit on your goddamn stage. Like, get a grip. I just hate to see that. Who else? Then they had NICKI. I was very happy to see her perform. You know, she did her thing. I felt like some of her performance was, again, a bit too sexual for my liking. I was not here for it all. Some of it was good. Some of it was like, Nick, this is a little bit too raunchy. But I'm proud of her. She won. Her and Lil Baby won the VMA for, I think, Do We Have a Problem? They deserved it. And then I'm glad that they didn't play with her, because they only nominated her for one thing, you know, industry politics. But she did her thing with her performance. You know, it was cool. I like the stage setup. She had the pink checkerboard, you know, and notice how everybody all night was performing in a pyramid, because they had 3 different stages from what I could see. So in the pre-show, they had, I noticed like Flo Milli and another artist, they were performing in like under like a pyramid light. And then Saucy Santana and Dove Cameron, they were on a bigger stage. I'm talking about the pre-show. They were on a bigger stage, but the lighting in the back looked like crosses. The way that they had it work, like the way that they had the lighting set up, which is just blasphemy. And then on the main stage, once the VMAs started during the main show, the entire stage setup was a pyramid, and everybody had to perform. You know, you had to have your stage set up inside of the pyramid. So there was so many pyramids and a lot of one-eye symbolism as usual. A lot of red, black, and white. Y'all got a peep game. And lime green, I know, is a color that lately has been associated with the occult. You know, everything from Beyonce doing it at her Oscars performance, then Saucy Santana imitating it at his BET performance. And again, when Saucy Santana was on a bigger stage on the pre-show or at the pre-show than Flo Milli, who's been in the game longer, that goes to show you that his humiliation ritual with Biyaki worked. And now she is completely in compliance with the bullshit. She definitely helped to elevate Santana, and they were all too happy to do a humiliation ritual to help get it there. It's so obvious. Once you realize how the game works and it's levels to it, and different people have to bring you up levels, and we have to do rituals, humiliation rituals to get to raise up levels, and things have to happen to get you on certain stages, it's very obvious. It's very obvious. And Santana, being on a bigger stage than Flo Milli and some other acts, let me know that Biyaki definitely helped him. And again, she's complicit, because he copied off of her outfit for the BET Awards. He had like a lime green set on that kind of alluded to her outfit at the Oscars. So it's very obvious. Please don't believe for one second that she really gives a fuck about Santana talking shit about her daughter. She was all too happy. It was her team. It was her team that dug and looked up them tweets so that they could air them out and get some shit started. It was very obvious. It was all a part of her album rollout. And it was a part of his level up. Because look at this fool. He went from the BET Awards to the MTV Awards to Jimmy Fallon. You know what I'm saying? After he talked shit about Blue Ivy and never issued a real apology. You know why? Because that was all a part of the goddamn ritual. Wake up. Wake the fuck up. And just like Beyonce showing up or having Blue Ivy show up to the damn basketball game with her hair done and with makeup on right after that fucking shit went viral with them tweets. It was so obvious. And then the album come out right after that. Come on, y'all. Put shit together. It's too obvious that these people are doing fucking rituals. Who else? Bad Bunny, I heard he kissed the boy. I really hate what they doing with him. Bad Bunny is definitely, him and J Balvin are definitely a part of the agenda to indoctrinate the Latino community into accepting raunchiness and sexual fluidity. Bad Bunny is he's a huge puppet. Everything from that video that he did with cross-dressing, now he kissing boys. Now, I mean, there's nothing that Bad Bunny won't do to make it and stay relevant. Nothing that he won't do. Panic at the Disco, I wasn't really feeling the song, but I'm glad to see that guy again. I like that band, or I like some of his music. So shout out to Panic at the Disco. That's, I think, all I have for now. It was a decent award show. I mean, as far as entertainment, you know, oh, no, that's not all I have. Let me drag Blackpink. How did I almost forget about them? I had never heard of Blackpink. I didn't know who I had heard of them, but I didn't know who they were. And I had only heard of them on Twitter. I had no idea Blackpink was a K-pop group, and I didn't know they were girls, and I just didn't know that much about them. Tonight or last night was my first time hearing their music and seeing them perform and all that other stuff. They need to be canceled. And this just shows how political all this shit is. Like someone had mentioned before, you know, American artists are never going to get recognition at international award shows, but yet they can come over here and get awards and all this other shit and have a category and all this other bullshit. Why is there a category for best metaverse performance? That should show you how political this is and how this is all about getting people to sign up for a virtual reality and all be slumped over, just like Eminem when he knocked out and went into a virtual world. That's what this is about. Every time you see somebody promoting the metaverse, it has to do with their eyes being covered. Whether they have a virtual reality headset on, or whether they have that chip where the moment you put it on your forehead or put it on your temple, you go to sleep, and next thing you know, you're in a virtual AI world. I'm sick of it. But with Blackpink, you know, it's very political. Why are they over here? And it's not like they're just over here doing their own thing. They're over here blatantly stealing black people's music and pretending to be black. More minstrel shows, more people, more culture vouchers, more lack of originality. Fuck Blackpink. Fuck all of them. Fuck all of these BTS groups. Fuck every K-pop group on the face of this earth, because I am sick of those fucking people taking our music. I am black with 2 black parents. You cannot dispute me being black. I am tired of these fucking talentless foreigners and the talentless motherfuckers who live in this country who are not black stealing black music. Blackpink, fuck y'all. Y'all should be fucking canceled like yesteryear. Y'all took Biggie Smalls' lyrics, you took Rihanna's lyrics, y'all took about a good 10 fucking black songs, meshed them together, and was stealing dance moves and stealing swag and stealing flow. Y'all are the most unoriginal bitches on the face of this fucking earth. Fuck y'all. Y'all should not be at no goddamn American Awards show with y'all thieving asses. Get some fucking originality and talent. I mean that. That was some bullshit. And that's what the fuck I'm talking about. These record label execs, who are all CIA fucking agents, they are killing and sacrificing and fucking over black people and stealing and licensing their music and giving it to non-black people so that they can caricature play as black people. That's what's going on. Why do you think these motherfucking rappers are dying? Why do you think nobody got control of their goddamn masters? It's a fucking setup and a scheme, and it's being done on purpose to sell black talent, sell black culture to fucking outsiders who will never be black. No matter how many fucking spray tans or how many black children that they claim to have or how many black people that they claim to fuck. That's what's going on. So fuck you, Blackpink. And there's nothing black about y'all asses but your fucking hair. Fuck them hoes. They had the fucking nerve to get up there and shake they fucking flat asses to fucking black lyrics that they done fucking stole. Fuck them fucking bitches. They need to be thrown off the fucking face of this earth. No, and I mean that shit. Y'all are some talentless motherfuckers who steal black music. Get your own fucking swag. And make music for your own fucking people. So that's what I have to say about that. That's how I feel about that shit. No, them bitches disgust me. Them and all them other fucking K-pop groups, fucking talentless bleaching cream ass bitches. The boys too, a bunch of bleaching creaming ass bitches running around wanting to look like fucking girls and wanting to fucking make all this hoe ass music that rips off black music. I'm sick of that shit. But Americans gotta wake up, because this is letting people know that once again, this is all part of a one world order, a new world order agenda. Y'all know how fucking bad Xi Jinping wants to take over the entire fucking world. It's all a plot. Him, Kim Jong-un, fucking Putin, all of them niggas. And the people in this fucking country are sitting right there handing over the fucking deed to America. Y'all better wake up. Wake the fuck up. And I mean that shit with everything in my body. Y'all can fucking blackball me. Y'all can throw me off the algorithm. I mean what I say about that BTS and all that K-pop shit. BTS, Blackpink, and any of them other fucking groups. Fuck them all. And MTV ain't shit for giving them hoes their own fucking category. They are making pseudo-black music. And MTV also ain't shit for making a fucking category of who could do the best fucking fake performance. What kind of bullshit is that? Giving robots fucking awards. I'm done. Now that's how I felt. The show was all the black acts I could stomach. But, and even again, the ones with talent, Eminem, Red Hot Chili Peppers, I could stomach some of that shit. But that Blackpink shit and all that fucking, all them holographs and holograms, whatever the fuck you call them, and all of that digital shit, I'm not here for it. So after thinking about Blackpink, I'm gonna give the award show a good C-. It was alright. It was alright. It did its job. You know, I got to see something new on TV. But was it really popping like that? No, it wasn't. So, you know, MTV, it wasn't that bad, but do better. And I really hate it. Everybody there was clearly high, drugged, botted out, you know, and just in everything else. I'm disgusted by that Blackpink shit though. And I'm disgusted by seeing, you know, a lot of shit I saw. As far as fashion, again, playing its role in the occult, you know, Prada, I saw a lot of people wearing Prada last night. They must be trying to compete with Balenciaga on how many celebrities they can get to wear their clothes. I don't know. You know, I may watch another, I definitely be watching the Oscars, definitely be watching nothing with the film industry. I'm sick of the film industry's award shows. I will watch the next BET award show. I might watch the next VMAs, and I don't watch the Grammys. Who gives a fuck? But, you know, let me know what y'all thought about the award show. Please hit me up on Twitter or talk to me in any other way that you can. Let's talk. Let's see what it's hitting for from your opinion, and then we'll go from there. Thank y'all so much for listening. Love y'all. Talk to y'all again soon. Bye.